highway speed. High on marijuana. But this crash only tells part of the story.
You consider yourself a good driver?
Yes.
4 volunteers accepted the challenge from Fox 25 Investigates.
We have here some critical cheese.
Smoke weed donated by a local grower and navigate this closed course in Weymouth. A slalom, a narrow turn, and a high-speed emergency stop and lane change. Everyone took a practice run with the help of in-control driving instructor Kevin Stromsky. First up, Quentin, a 36-year-old recreational user from Boston. Lab tests show he already had some THC in his system before we started. That's the active ingredient in marijuana.
I don't feel that it impairs me at all.
His performance in the first round mostly backed that up.
Not bad.
Another daily recreational user, 24-year-old Corinne, came into our test with even more THC in her system. After smoking 3/4 of a gram, she made it through the slalom, but started showing some effects.
Crap, I didn't stop fully.
No, you didn't stop at all.
65-year-old medical user Don started with more THC in his system than any of the volunteers. He hit a cone in his first round of smoking and driving, but aced the emergency lane change and perfectly backed into this space. 56-year-old Carol told us small doses of marijuana help her with an autoimmune disorder.
And I have grandkids. I drive grandkids around a lot, so no, I don't do it and drive.
Maybe that's why she took it so slow in the first round.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel a little bit high.
Evaluating all of our volunteers, Middleborough Police Sergeant and drug recognition expert Debbie Batista.
She takes her corners very wide.
Joined by Dr. Jordan Tischler of Cambridge, we watched Carol hit the course again after a second round of smoking. A clean run through the slalom.
Yeah, some like 80s music would be good right now.
Carol was feeling good.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
But it wouldn't last through this high-speed straightaway.
What happened there?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Holy cow. Well, Carol just killed a couple of people.
That was like the biggest wreck I've ever had.
Fortunately, cones were the only casualties, and she wasn't alone. Corinne hit some too.
She hit a couple of cones.
I feel pretty loosey-goosey.
Even confident Quentin backed into a barrier in this parking spot.
I did. That was not good.
After 3 rounds of smoking, ingesting more than 500 milligrams of THC, lab tests and Sergeant Batista's evaluations revealed everyone was impaired, but not in the same ways. Carol slowed way down in the slalom while Corinne hit the gas.
If you take Corinne versus Carol, 2 polar opposite effects of the marijuana.
Somehow, Don almost had a clean run, except he forgot to put on his seatbelt.
What's up?
Yeah, let's go. I caught you a little bit.
What's up? Oh.
What we saw today was that cannabis does affect your driving.
But after watching our experiment,
Their level of tolerance coming into the event really did dramatically affect their ability to navigate the course.
Dr. Tischler and Sergeant Batista agreed. Those looking for a fair and effective way to hold everyone accountable
Do you think you've had too much?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
still have a long road ahead. Now, our experiment included hours of video recorded from 7 different cameras, certainly much more than we could ever include in tonight's report. So we put together each volunteer's full test runs on the course, as well as extended interviews with our expert observers. You can find all of that on fox25boston.com.
Some great stuff there, Eric. I'm curious, if marijuana impacts people so differently, how will they come up with a standard level for impairment?
It's a tough question that people are working on right now in Massachusetts. Unlike alcohol, there's no legal limit for smoking pot and driving in Massachusetts. Right now, police rely on these lengthy, involved tests, some of what you saw in our report. But even in places like Colorado and Washington, where they do have legal limits, some say blood tests, urine samples like the ones we use to collect our data, can't really tell if someone is actually impaired in the moment.
There's such a variety there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's fascinating to see. It really was.
It is. And a lot of people talking about this one on Facebook.
That's for sure.